Hi, this is Anil and welcome to the video tutorial for the Learning Light on C++ programming. So in this tutorial we're going to learn about the friend functions in C++. All of you know that in a class the private and the protected members of that class are only accessible to the member functions of that class. So they are not accessible to the outside functions. In C++, if we have to access the members of a class outside that class, not in the member functions, outside any other functions, then what you can do is you can make some functions as friends to that class so that all the properties or the members of that class are available in that functions. So if it is confusing, don't worry, in this example it's going to be clear. So just for the demonstration purpose, in this tutorial we're gonna define a class human. Okay, before that we're gonna include the string header file, so it's going to be #include and a string. All right, now in this class human, what we're gonna do is we're gonna define two properties as private. So let's say string name and int age. All right, now we are not specifying the access specifier as private. By default, if we don't specify anything, the access specifier is going to be private. Okay, now next we're gonna define the public access specifier, and here let's have a function. Let's call it as void tell me, and this function is going to display the values of this name and age. So it's going to be cout name and line age. All right, now all of us know that these private properties of this class are available to this method tell me. That's because this tell me is a member of this class. What if we want to access this properties or these members in a function which is not a member of this class? At that time, what we can do is in C++ we can make that function as a friend to this class. So here let's say we want a function called display to have access to all the properties or the members of this class. At that time we can make that function display as a friend to it. To declare a function as a friend to a class, we need to use the keyword friend, and then the return type of that function is going to be void in this case, and then the function name, let's call it as display, and as a parameter it should take an object of this class human. That's why it's going to be human. Let's call it as man. All right, now this display function, which is not a member function of this class, can access all the properties or the members of this class human. So here we are just declaring this function display, just the prototype of this function display, and when we declare it using this friend keyword, the C++ will come to know that okay, this function is a friend to this class, and that's why it can access all the members of this class. In other words, if we talk about this example, a friend of a man can access his private information. Here we share our information with our friends, so this display is a friend of us, and that's why it can access all the information about us. All right, now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to define this function display. So it's going to be void display, and as a parameter it's going to take an object of this human class, and here I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here in this display, the same thing, and we need to change this one to man.name and man.age. all right, now we have a friend function. Okay, here we need a function to initialize these two variables. What we're going to do is we're going to define a constructor. So it's going to be same as the class name human, and it should take two parameters, a string iname and int age, input age, and we're going to store that in our name and age. So it's going to be name equal to iname and age equal to age. All right, now we're going to create an object of this class human in my main function. So it's going to be human, and let's call it as Anil, and we need to pass two parameters since we have only one user defined constructor, and it's going to be Anil, and then the age, let's say 24, And now I'm going to use this display function to display the values of this object Anil. So it's going to be display, and I'm going to pass Anil. Alright, now I'm going to save this. I'm going to build and run this. Hopefully we don't have any error. Okay, we have an error. That's because I made this string as capital. I don't know how many times I made this mistake, but alright, I'm gonna build and run this again, and now it says Anil and 24. So this Anil and 24 is from a function which is not a member of this class. It's just a friend function. Alright, now just for the demonstration purpose, I'm gonna remove this friend, and I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna build and run this, and you guys can see we got the error. And if I open up the logs, it says age is private, so we can't access that age outside this class. Alright, now I'm gonna add a friend again. Okay, now the next thing is we can have a function or a class as a friend to a class. Here we have a function display as a friend to this class human, and we can have another class as a friend to this class human. So if we have a class as a friend to this class human, at that time what happens is the members of that class which is a friend are going to automatically become the friend functions of this class, or all that member functions of that class can access the members of this class human. So if it is confusing, don't worry, it's just having another class as a friend to this class. Okay, here if you want to declare a class as a friend to a class, then at that time you guys need to use friend, then the keyword class, and then the class name. Here instead of this function name, you should have the class name. So this class name is the name of the class which is a friend to this class. Alright, a friend function is nothing but a simple function which can access all the members of a class to which it is friend, and we can have a function or a class as a friend to a class. And to declare a function as a friend to a class, we can use the keyword friend. And if you want to make an entire class as a friend to another class, at that time you guys can specify that using friend keyword followed by class followed by the class name. So this is it, guys. This is about the friend functions in C++. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like my Facebook page, and stay updated with my latest videos, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.